What's up, everybody? As you know, last week we got Season 4 of Modern Warfare 3 in Warzone, and as usual, this season came with two new guns, one being a new SMG and one being the return of the old friend. The old friend is the Kar98k, which is what we are talking about today and where it fits among the sniping meta. But before we do that, just want to mention, if you want to see whenever guns are updated, Call of Duty gets new guns, whatever, I'm usually going to be streaming and testing that out that night or within the next night, and if you want to see anything live, just hop into chat. Let me know. Twitch is linked down below. But without further ado, let's talk the car. We'll go ahead and jump into the loadout, and we'll talk about it as I talk about the loadout. Okay, so the car is going to have a usual build with the Sonic Suppressor L. That's pretty typical with snipers. And then the long barrel, however you say this, long barrel begins with a P, 7.62 long barrel. Between those two attachments, and then also the high grain rounds, which is another attachment that you're going to want, you get insane bullet velocity, and your damage range is pushed out to, I believe it's about 86 meters with this build. 85.9 is where your one-shot headshot range is with this build. And if we look back at that screen, we can actually look at the bullet velocity here. It's reported at 985.2, which would already put it in argument for the top. That's insane bullet velocity. It's actually higher than that, and we'll talk about that when we jump over to true game data. The other attachment is going to be the the SL Razorhawk laser. That gives you way faster aim down sight speed, faster aim walking steadiness. So if you ADS and walk with a sniper, then that'll help. A lot faster sprint to fire if you want to be aggressive with this thing. Some people would drop that attachment, and I know some people go for the tactical sprint, the tactical sling, which gives you a lot of sprint to fire, or the target sling, which gives you a lot of aim down sight. Other people may drop that for the no stock here, but the no stock destroys your flinch resistance, and flinch is already pretty strong, and that just completely destroys it. In my opinion, the best option if you really want to maximize sprint to fire and ADS is going to be the SL Razorhawk, because the negatives are just that a laser is visible, and especially if you're aggressively sniping, that's not really a huge deal. And then finally, the last attachment is preference, but I, and most people I think, really like this XPX 6.6 times. Now it actually is a variable scope with 6.6 and 11. I don't think anybody zooms in on the 11, but the 6.6 feels like a good zoom level. And not only does it feel like a good zoom level, I saw shaders preloading, but the reticle, which is actually hard to see against that background, is super duper clean, super duper small, and definitely super duper useful. So I really think that's the best optic. I think Breadman was the first one I saw recommend it, and I definitely agree with that being the best optic. So overall, this is going to be the best build. It has insane ADS. ADS is faster than the MWIII, than the XRK Stalker, and obviously more than the Cat. It's got way better bullet velocity than all three of those snipers as well. Its only downside is the same downside that the Stalker has, and that's that it doesn't one-shot at all ranges. And because of that, it's really more of a resurgence sniper, especially Rebirth Island, if you want that classic Warzone 1 feel as much as we can have at this point. And so I definitely think it's going to be my small map sniper moving forward. I think it takes the XRK out of the conversation pretty much completely. The only downside is it does have a slow fire rate, similar to that of the Cat. I think they're pretty much the exact same fire rate. So that is the unfortunate part about the car, but the really fast ADS, the crazy bullet velocity, if you're hitting your shots, it definitely makes it worth it. So once again, this is the loadout I would recommend. If you just wanted to stick around for the loadout, I appreciate you watching it all. Thank you so much. For the rest of us, we're going to go to true game data and look at the car statistically. Okay, so we're over in true game data now. We have the car, the Stalker, the MWIII, and the Cat all loaded in with their regular loadouts. The car loadout I just showed you, the normal Stalker loadout, the normal MWIII loadout, except maybe some people would do super light stock instead of Icarus light stock, and then the normal Cat build, which is actually behind my camera here, but it's the normal one. I'll scroll down just a little more so you can see all the attachments there. Those are your normal builds for the 4 snipers. So we go look at the chart, and true game data charts since the last time I did a sniper video when the MWIII came out have changed a little bit. You can see that they're all on the bottom at 0 TTK, and that's because there actually is a hit scan range within Warzone 2. There's been a couple videos out about it from True Game Data. I think it was Exclusive Ace was the other one. I don't remember who exactly put it out. But essentially all guns, because of server tick rates and all that, actually are hit scan up to a certain range. And because the bullet velocity is so high, which we'll talk about more in a second, the car is hit scan up to 62 meters, and it'll one-shot. When you see these second drop-offs for... Can't really see the Stalkers because it drops off so early, but when you see the second drop-off here on the XRK Stalker, and then the second one as well here on the car, that first drop-off is just where it's not hit scan anymore. That second drop-off is where now it takes more than one shot to down them. You can see when I load in the MWIII, it just has the hit scan drop, and when you look at the Cat, it also just has the hit scan drop. And they don't have the other drop because they're one shot at all ranges. You can see the Stalker is only one shot in its normal build up to 53.3 meters, where the car with this build is all the way at 85.88. So the Stalker obviously is completely out from that standpoint. And the car is good enough on big map if you really wanted to run it and you're only sniping within 85 meters. But obviously I would still recommend the MWIII or the Cat for the big map. I know most people would recommend the MWIII. I recommend the Cat. So the car is definitely your best small map sniper, and you can use it on big map. I just wouldn't recommend it. So we scroll down here and we look at some actual numbers. The ADS time for the car is 388 milliseconds, which is worlds faster than the Stalker and the MWIII, which are the two fastest ADSing snipers. The Stalker is 166 milliseconds slower, and the MWIII is 142 milliseconds slower. That's a lot slower, and then, of course, the Cat's not even close. The bullet velocity for the car is going to be 1240, which is insane. I thought I really didn't like the car. It turns out I was just leading it way too much because I was sniping like I was sniping with the other snipers. As you can see, the other three are all between 842 and 892, so they're fairly similar. And the car is almost 400 meters per second faster. That's insane. Like I mentioned, the thing that does hurt it is the fire rate is 57 rounds per minute, which is the same as the Cat, which is really slow. And then you have the Stalker, which is 2.23, which is really fast. And the MWIII, which is... I went up a row. You have the Stalker, which is 75, which is fast. And you have the MWIII 200, which is really fast. Wow, that was embarrassing. And that's the one downside of the car. And then the other downside is below it, which weirdly the Cat, the heaviest sniper, had the most flinch until the car was introduced. But the car's flinch is really bad, especially compared to the Stalker and the MWIII. And it's almost double the Stalker's flinch, but I don't think that outweighs the crazy fast ADS time, the crazy fast bullet velocity. And the MWIII has the way faster fire rate, and I think that's the only thing that you can make an argument for over the car on small map is the MWIII, because that fire rate. Nothing else on here really matters. Swap speed doesn't really matter. None of this matters, honestly, because we're talking about snipers. We're not talking about switching between ARs and SMGs. We're really just looking at bullet velocity, ADS time, flinch, and fire rate, which the car wins the ADS time, wins the bullet velocity. Flinch, if you are aggressive and really good at being aggressive, doesn't even matter. And the fire rate, I mean, it's kind of personal preference at that rate, because you're not really going to shoot 200 rounds per minute with the MWIII. But that all being said, I think the car fits in as the best small map sniper overall. Only argument is the MWIII. I think it can work on big map. I don't think it really fits on big map, and I think the Stalker is completely out of the conversation. But those are my thoughts on the car and where it fits and how it shifts the sniper meta, if you will. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And while you're scrolling down, don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe and notification bell if you like content like this and you want to be the first one to see it. And like I said, this I'll link down below the new SMG video for the Superior 46 that I just uploaded yesterday. True game data will also be linked down below. My Twitch and all my socials are linked down below. Any follows, likes, comments, whatever, any interactions on any platform always make my day. So please feel free to do so if you feel so inclined. But I will see you on Urzikstan and the rotating resurgence maps. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.